ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय. Respected friends, welcome you all for this session of 1 hour, little more, in which we are invoking the Kripa of the Parabrahma Tattva, the Ishvara Tattva, Jagannata Shakti Tattva, the Devata Ganas, the Guru Gana, the Shastra Gana, so that we are a successful existing entity without and within for our fulfillment. The five things we are doing here are the Vedic chanting, common sense thought, Shanti mantra and Sankalpa, Upanishad mantra Ucharana, Upanishad mantra Adhyayana with Bhashyam. The Upanishad going on is Shwethashwathara, Krishna Yajurvediya, fifth chapter. The topic under discussion is very crucial, very important. It is the TVAMPADA, the Aham, the JEEVA, explained in all maximum details. Understanding these shlokas, this portion of this Upanishad is so helpful to exactly know where lies the problem, therefore, what could be the solution. And hence, this portion becomes very important for every serious, sincere sadhaka to pay attention to understand and make use of that understanding. A very, very good topic. Thanks to Shwethashwathara Rishiji, thanks to Shankara Bhagavan, thanks to all of us that we are clearly now understanding what ingredients go in the making of we, the bound Jiva. One by one, let us see, friends. The first one is our Veda Parayanam. Rugvedaha Dashama Mandalam. We have to do from 152 Anuvaka. Maybe 30, 40 more are there. In 4 days, we'll do them, 5 days. Then we will be taking up our Chandogya Upanishad, Bhashya Sameta Parayanam, which we started as the Parayana commitment during Chaturmasa Diksha. Lack of time, it just stopped. Now, these things we started with the Parayanams. We couldn't stop them also in between. Once they are over, then we take it up. At the same time, the Krishna Yajurvediya Taittiriya Aranyaka Parayana also will conclude in our next to next class, 11 o'clock. That time ये और वो दोनों क्लासों में करते रहने से there will be a smooth flow of Parayanam of Bhashya Sameta, Chandogya Brihadaranyaka, Brahma Sutra and Gita, which will continue as long as it takes time. No hurry at all. Maybe 1 year or so daily. 2 classes, 10 minutes. A very contentful, contending experiment or effort that can be. Let us start. Om Athaveda Parayanam Rugvedaha Dashamamandalam Atha Dvipanchashat Adhika Shatatama Anuvakad Arabhyam 152 Anuvaka. Om शास इत्था महा अस्य मित्र खादो अद्भुतः नयस्य हन्यते सखा न जीयते कदाचन स्वस्तिदा विश्वस्पतिर्वृत्रः विमृदो वशे ऋषेन्द्रः पुर एतुना सोमपा अभयङ्करः विरक्षो विमृधो जहि विवृत्रस्य हनोरुजा विमन्युमिन्द्रवृत्रहन्नमित्रस्याभिदासतः विन इन्द्रं मृधो जहिनी चायच्च पृतन्यतः यो अस्मा अभिदासत्यधरङ्गमयातमः अपेन्द्रद्विषतो मनोपजिज्ञासतो वधम् विमन्योः शर्म यच्छवरीयो यवया वधम् ईं कयन्तीरपन्युव अपस्युव इन्द्रं जातमुपासते भेजानास सुवीर्यं त्वमिन्द्रबलादधि सहसो जात ओजसः त्वं वृषेदसि त्वमिन्द्रासि वृत्रः व्यन्तरिक्षमतिरः उद्दामस्तबुना ओजसा त्वमिन्द्रसजोषसमर्कं बिभर्षि बाहोः वज्रं शिशान ओजसा त्वमिन्द्राभिभूरसि विश्वा जातान्योजसा स विश्वा भुव आभवः 154 सोम एकेभ्यः पवते घृतमेकौपासते येभ्यो मधुः प्रधावति ताश्चिदेवापि गच्छदाद तपसा ये अनादृश्यास्तपसा ये स्वर्ययोः तपो ये चक्रिरे महस्ताश्चिदेवापि गच्छतात् ये युध्यन्ते प्रदनेषु शूरासो ये तनूत्यजः ये वा सहस्रदक्षिणास्ताश्चिदेवापि गच्छतात् ये चित्पूर्वऋतसा परुता वानरुता वृदः पित्रों तपस्वतो यमताश्चिदेवापि गच्छतात् सहस्रणीधाः कवयो ये कोपायन्ति सूर्यं ऋषीन् तपस्वतो यमतपोजा अभिगच्छतात् अरायिकाणे विकटे गिरिं गच्छ सदान्वे शिरिम्भिठस्य सत्त्वभिस्तेभिष्ट्वा जातयामसि चत्तो इतश्चत्तामुतः सर्वा भ्रूणान्यारुषि हराय्यं ब्रह्मणस्पते तीक्ष्णशृङ्गो दृशन्निः अदो यद्दारुप्लवते सिन्धोः पारे अपूरुषम् तदारभस्वदुर्हणो तेन गच्छ परस्तरम् यद्धप्राचीरजगन्तोरो मण्डूरधाणिकिः हता इन्द्रस्य शत्रवः सर्वे बुद्बुदयाशवः परीमे गामने शतपर्यग्निमः मरुषदा देवेष्वक्रतश्रवः क इमा आदधर्षते 156 अग्निं हिन्वन्तु नोदयः सप्तिमाशुमिवाजिषो तेन जेष्मधनन्दनम् ययागा आकरामहे सेनयाग्ने तवोत्या तान्नो हिन्वमगत्तये आग्ने स्थूरं रयिम्भरपृथुं गोमन्तमश्विनम् अंधिखं वर्तयापणिम् अग्ने नक्षत्रमजरमा सूर्यं रोहयो दिवे ददज्योतिर्जनेभ्यः अग्ने केतुर्विशामसि प्रेष्ठ श्रेष्ठ उपस्तसत बोधास्तोत्रे वयो दधत 157 इमानुकं भुवनासीशधामेन्द्रश्च विश्वे च देवाः यज्ञं च नस्तन्वं च प्रजां चादित्यैरिन्द्रः सहचीक्लुपाति आदित्यैरिन्द्रः सगणो मरुद्भिरस्माकं भूत्वविता तनूनां हत्वाय देवा असुरान्यजायं देवा देवत्वमभिरक्षमाणाः प्रत्यञ्चमर्कमनयञ्च चीभिरादित्स्वदामि शिरां पर्यपश्यन् 58 सूर्यो नो दिवस्पातु वातो अन्तरिक्षात् अग्निर्नः पार्थिवेभ्यः जोषा सवितर्यस्य ते हरः शतं सवा अर्हति पाहि नो दिद्युतः पतन्त्याः चक्षुर्नो देवः सविता चक्षुर्न उत पर्वतः चक्षुर्धाता दधातुनः चक्षुर्नो देहि चक्षुषे चक्षुर्विख्यैतनोभ्यः संचेदं विच पश्येम सुसन्दृशं त्वा वयं प्रति पश्येम सूर्य विपश्येम नुचक्षसः 159 उदसौ सूर्यो अगादुदयं मामको भगः अहं तद्विद्वलापतिमभ्यसाक्षि विशासहिः अहङ्केतुरहं मूर्धाहमुग्रा विवाचने ममेदनुक्रतं पतिः सिंहानाय उपाचरेद मम पुत्राः शत्रुहणोऽथो मे दुहिता विराड कुताहमस्मि सञ्जयापत्यौ मे श्लोक उत्तमः येनेन्द्रो हविषा कृत्य भवद्युम्युत्थमः इदं तदकृदेवा अनपत्ना किला भुवम् असपत्ना असपत्ना किला भुवम् असपत्ना सपत्नग्नि जयन्त्यभिभूवरे आवृक्षमन्यासां वर्चोराधो अस्तेयसामिव समजैषमिमा अहं सपत्नीरभिभूवरे यथाहमस्य वीरस्य विराजा निजनस्य च 160 तीव्रस्याभिवयसो अस्य पाहि सर्वरता विहरी इह मुञ्च इन्द्रमात्वा यजमानासो अन्ये निरीरमन्तुभ्यमिमे सुतासः तुभ्यं सुतास्तुभ्यमुसोत्वा सस्त्वाङ्गिरः श्रात्या आह्वयन्ते इन्द्रेदमद्य सवनञ्जुषाणो विश्वस्य विद्वा इह पाहि सोमम् यौषता मनसा सोममस्मै सर्वहृदा देवकामः सुनोते नगा इन्द्रस्तस्य परा ददाति प्रशस्तमिच्चारुमस्मै कृणोते मिच्चारुमस्मै कृणोते अनुस्पष्टो भवत्येषो अस्य यो अस्मै रेवान्न सुनोति सोमम् निररत्नौ मघवातं ददाति ब्रह्मद्विषो अन्त्यनानुदिष्टः अश्वायन्तो गव्यन्तो वाजयन्तो हवामहे त्वोपगन्तवा ओ आभूषन्तस्ते सुमतौ नवायां वयमिन्द्रत्वा शुनं हुवेम और दो कर लो मुञ्चामि त्वा हविषा जीवनाय कमज्ञात यक्ष्मादुतराज यक्ष्माद् ग्राहिर्जग्राह यदि वै तदेनन्तस्या इन्द्राग्नि प्रमुक्तमेनं यदि क्षीतायुर्यदि वा परेतो यदि मृत्योरन्ति कन्नीत एव तमाहरामि निर्वृतेरुपस्तादस्पार्शमेनं शतशारदाय सहस्राक्षेण शतशारदेन शतायुषा हविषाहार्षमेनं शतं यथेमं शरदो न यातीन्द्रो विश्वस्य दुरितस्य पारं शतञ्जीव शरदो वर्धमान शतं हेमन्तान् शतमुपसन्तान् शतमिन्द्राग्ने सविता बृहस्पति शतायुषा हविषेमं पुनर्दुः आहार्षं त्वाविदन्त्वा पुनरागाः पुनर्नव सर्वाङ्गसर्वं ते चक्षु सर्वमायुश्च ते विदम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 See, till yesterday we were enjoying Ganapati Stotras, so beautiful. See, we are missing now. That is the beauty of with a pure heart when we do these divine things, the joy of them. Anyway, continue. Again, Navaratras will come. We will do lots of Devi Mata Sambandhi Stotras. I feel so. Let us see what the Lord wants. Now, in today's common sense thought, very quickly, precisely, the things are key. See that continuous, constant insufficiency in us, continuous, constant incompleteness in us, continuous, constant struggle in us all the time as if lacking something. And finally, there is a glani yukta dukkha jivanam. The opposite of it is the fullness, the completeness, the happiness, the fulfillment. They are never there in all of us, in every of the jiva. And why it is so, and how long it is so, and how to reverse the whole thing. Today, very 4 or 5 things we will see. Very important they are, though we discuss them under common sense thought, but it is most important, serious, sublime common sense. Difficult to catch it. But when we catch it, then we know it is the most important common sense. Missing which the entire life is every time. Na subah, na sham, na din, na raat, na idhar, na udhar. Always there is dukkha, shoka, bhaya. You know, every of us go through. Think about these things, of course, with the spiritual background, scriptural background. Without these minimum backgrounds, gained through sufficient exposure to Shastras, what we are now going to discuss will be vague only. Will may not be fully understandable or acceptable. With this background, there are more chances of understanding, accepting these naked truths. The whole topic is why you and I are continuously miserable or unfulfilled, how long it will be, how to avoid. All three questions, but answers are one only. The first and foremost itself will tumble down there. There is a jolt for us to know is the first cause of dukkha for all of us is choosing the wrong goal is the prathama hetu for our dukkha. Choosing the wrong goal is the prathama hetu. We have to listen, think. If it is wrong, reject this thought. But if it is right, one has to accept also. And in obliging whom, we have to accept. In making whom happy, we have to accept it. It is for our own sake. Choosing the wrong goal is the prathama hetu for our dukkha is equal to incompleteness. The basic thing. And in this world, as the world, be attentive, though it appears to be too philosophical, too beyond our intellect, see whether it is achieved by our emotion or not, it is caught by our intellection or not right now. Truth remains truth. मैं समझू या ना समझू सत्य सत्य ही होता ना, isn't it? मैं फील करूं या ना करूं, मेरे वास्ते the truth won't change. So every goal of this world and worldliness is wrong goal only. For two reasons and one example. The first reason is what? Till that goal, whatever of the worldliness, worldly wala, till we achieve it, there is dukkha, there is struggle only. Till we achieve, there is dukkha, there is struggle. Continuously, any goal. And the most funniest thing which our arrogant ego does not want to accept is in this world, every goal, after achieving also, it is dukkha roop. Till achieving, they struggle and dukkha. After achieving also, it is dukkha. Think about it with calm, cool, quiet mind. Examples. Example, make you do every example is example only in life. You yourself ask anybody who has achieved whatever the goal he wanted to. Has he found the permanent, complete fulfillment in it? Be unbiased, be careful, be honest in discussion. Again, once if you search that as the goal, thinking that it will eradicate all my dukkha once for all of all sorts and all types, Really, it should happen once that goal is achieved. है ना? और दिखता है यहाँ से वहाँ पहुँचने के बाद अभी मेरा कोई दुःख नहीं रहेगा। वहाँ जाने के बाद देयर विल बी दुःख, isn't it? Anything you take. Why should I give examples? You have everyday examples. Everyone, है ना? Important examples we talk about are the money, the power. Let us talk these two. The remaining are yours. The worldly goals we are talking. So till the money gained is dukkha. And we think those who don't have money, that those who have the 100 crores or 1000 crores, they are sukhi. No, it cannot be. Only you ask him, and if he is honest, he will reveal. If he is not honest, he will not. So with that 100 crores, always the fear of insecurity. And money is such a terrible thing. When we don't have it, gives us that misery. When we have the other misery of how to spend it, which is a big problem. And in spending that money, any moneyed fellow, maybe to some amount level he may allow for the expenses or even for the wastage. But after certain time, he will also have a fear because of money. Means what? Let us say I have 100 crores. I want to make a big bungalow because I have money. So it all looks good only. But again, while making a bungalow with this money, there is always fear. Are the contractors correct material are they using? Are they taking money correct from me or more? इतना money रहकर भी that fear, that दुख you can't avoid only. होता है कि नहीं बोलो? The fear of how to spend and is it misused. Then other than that, the people questioning, doubting, or people who feel jealous, or people who like parasites come and nag us, trouble us, depend. ये तो होता ही है भाई, एक नहीं तो एक दूसरा तो होगा ही. So that goal, that particular amount I have to have, is a wrong goal, because even after achieving it, it is a dukkha only, and you need not accept it on the face value because somebody is speaking here. You think for yourself, you understand for yourself. I know even that big building mansion is made. Is it the total sukha? I'm not saying therefore don't earn money or don't have a good house. Point is that cannot be goal. That's the thing. Because after having made the house also, by its nature, it cannot all the time the same. कुछ ना कुछ कहीं ना कहीं तो गड़बड़ होगा ही, isn't it? And to maintain such a big house, you need so many servants. You know, what attitudes they bring, what amount of work they do, they don't do. It increases only dukkha, isn't it? Same way, any other thing. Somebody takes, I want to become the IAS officer, wala goal. Looks to be beautiful. That doesn't mean don't become. That doesn't mean that IAS officers are not required for the society. We are from the higher intellectual standpoint, we are analyzing. Any examples given, they are for conveying the thought. No example can be complete. You know? So good that he got that post, that civil servant. But then, not that he is happy with that post. उनका अपना choice of branch or what do you call department मिलेगा कि नहीं, which place he gets posted, है ना, who are the politicians under whom he'll have to work, how good they are, how bad they are, how strong they are, how weak they are, how much helpful they are, non-helpful they are, influential they are. Not only these politicians, but one's own the subordinates. They can be anybody. We may go with our open mind, but there the subordinates age by more than me, because I cracked through IAS by my age 27. But the other fellow is 50 years already, 23 years bigger than me. He is joined junior to me. The outside he will have to act as if he's subordinate, but inside he has got his own jealousies. In different ways they express. अब देखो कौन सा goal in the world gives joy even after fulfilling. Therefore, choosing the wrong goal is the first cause of dukkha. Think about it. Take your time. You take your time of 10 lives. Doesn't matter. 10 years, 10 months, 10 days. Therefore, this is avoided by only one way, by choosing the right goal. And there cannot be any right goal other than the Adhyatmik Lakshya. Because of main two reasons that once it is achieved, it is infinite and it is permanent. The other things are finite and impermanent. Therefore, they go on giving us dukkha. Impermanent is variety of lackings, lacuna happen in them, in the other goals. ये ऐसा नहीं है. Once I realize the Adhisthana Brahma is myself, it is permanent, no? There is no coming back again to the wretched limitations, ignorances, etc. Isn't it? So it is permanent, and so too it is infinite, isn't it? It is infinite. It is one without second, infinite. In other things, as I said, you may be an IS officer, but when a meeting of IS officers of the whole state or the country happen, there are 500,000 people. You are one of them. They are great achievers than you. अब वो देखते ही then you feel अरे मैं तो कुछ नहीं. But इसमें ऐसा नहीं, isn't it? Therefore, choosing the wrong goal when it is the mula hetu for the dukkha, choosing the right goal removes that dukkha. You and I are trying that now through the study of Upanishads. Now, second hetu for the dukkha is what? Very simple, direct. Now it follows the sequence. I need not talk about the worldly thing. That all is answered in the first thought itself. Second is not reaching that goal is the dukkha. Naturally, we talked about that goal is chosen, right goal. So wrong goal chosen, dukkha gone because the right goal is chosen. But still the dukkha remains because you have not reached it. Isn't it? ये लक्ष्य है, सही लक्ष्य बनाया हम. There is a relaxation. Thank God I am matured enough. I use my brains. I use the experience of the many people. I use the guidance of the rishis, the shastras. I understood so far. Basically, I was continuously, constantly miserable with every achievement because that goal itself was wrong. I have not given all examples. My goal is to get a car. After that, you know how many miseries. My goal is to get married. After that, dekho, the number of dukkha. My goal is to have two children. After that, do you need any other enemy to make you miserable? Isn't it? You can justify it. But होता ही है वो. They may be ill healthy, they may be failing in exams, they may not come up to your expectation, they may have bad habits. इतना कहने के मात्र से ऐसा कोई हमारा मतलब ये नहीं है कि डोंट गेट मैरिड, डोंट गेट चिल्ड्रन एंड आल्सो नोबडी विल लिसन आल्सो इवन इफ आई टेल दे विल कंटिन्यू. But examples. So second hetu for the dukkha here is what? Ki the misery of not achieving the goal. Now how do you remove that goal? Misery? Only by achieving it, no? Isn't it? Conscious bano, clear bano, unambiguous bano. Come out of that Bauddhika tamoguna to think and understand what is discussed. Second goal. Naturally, second misery is this one. This is removed by that thing. So, wrong goal chosen, basic karana for the dukkha is removed by choosing the right goal. Right goals cannot be two, only one. It's only theory. Whether you made it goal or not is your subjective thing. And I am talking to you, but still, in my own recesses and conscience, have I chosen that to be the goal or not? It is my subject. And only when I am convinced that this inner tattva alone is the goal, that the wrong goal choosing misery goes away. But still the misery continues. And what it is? What it is, that goal is not yet achieved. That misery, dukkha will go only when we achieve it. There is no other way. Then comes the third misery. What is the third misery? Is ki to achieve that goal, what sadhana is to be done, what purushartha is to be done, what practice has to be done, that is not done. That is a dukkha. Are we all not miserable for not doing the sadhana? कि नहीं, the true sadhakas definitely. है ना? जैसे in the world, the ones who want to earn money, not able to do what is to be done to earn money, they'll be miserable. यहाँ भी जिनको साधना नहीं हो पा रहा है वो उससे दुखी होगा, isn't it? So how do we avoid this dukkha number three of not able to do sadhana to reach to the chosen goal, the correct goal? That can go only when we do sadhana. Na? There is no alternative. We are discussing the theory here, please. So the dukkha of not able to do sadhana is another dukkha. That can go away only when the sadhana is done. Then the fourth dukkha we all have is what? Is what? Much before doing the sadhanas, not clearly knowing exactly what are the sadhanas, that is another dukkha. This is what is going on in seekers. जैसे भी, like in the world the people are miserable, in spiritual field also who have given up the world and worldliness, they are also miserable. अरे तुम आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में गए हो, तुम भी क्यों दुखी हो हमारे तरह? यस, तुम्हारा हमारा दुख का हेतु अलग है, बट आई हैव माय ओन रीजंस फॉर दुख एंड दीज आर आवर रीजंस. I exactly don't know what I have to do as sadhana for reaching the goal. That ignorance, less information or no information or wrong information or half information, or this also is hetu of the dukkha. तो मुझे पता ही नहीं कि एग्जैक्टली आध्यात्मिक साधना में एक एक स्टेप, एक एक पल क्या होता है, द आउटर एज वेल एज इनर. As long as that atyanta spashtata does not come, so long we always suffer. That insufficiency of ignorance or information. We suffer. ये याद समझ लेना चाहिए कि मैं दुखी हूं क्योंकि मुझे स्पष्ट पता ही नहीं कि करना क्या साधना. And because of that, the other dukkha, that I am not doing the sadhana. Naturally, because of that, the other dukkha, that I have not reached the goal. That dukkha. Though the dukkha of that level is gone, that I am not choosing any wrong goal, isn't it? The fourth misery. The last and fifth one. It can be extended, but I just limit five things. Five is what? Ki with all the information, knowledge gained regarding what sadhana has to be done, yet still there is dukkha because the fifth and foremost thing which all of us unanimously neglect or reject is what? The aspect of yogyata rahityam. Isn't it? Not having the worthiness or the qualification or the yogyata is the first and foremost and important most cause for the dukkha. कि मैंने अपने आप को आध्यात्मिक जीवन के लिए योग्य बनाया ही नहीं, है ना? In that yogyata only the sadhana chatushte sampada come. And each of them now I will not explain because you all know that. जब तक in you and me that yogyata doesn't come, arhata doesn't come, we will be miserable. After that, only we will be able to know undoubtedly step by step sadhanas. That knowledge will clear that type of dukkha. Till the dukkha remains of not doing sadhana. So that is eliminated by keeping on doing. Still the dukkha continues even while doing sadhana because the siddhi is not achieved. And only when the siddhi is achieved, that misery, the dukkha, that feeling of limitation, all tabi jayega. That's called fulfillment. And even if you try to find thousand alternatives, none of them are true than this. Is there any other alternative, Swamiji, than from becoming yogya to be free from misery? Please, there is not. Is there any other alternative to be happy than knowing what sadhanas to be done? There is no. Is there any other alternative to be happy other than doing sadhana practice? No, होगा नहीं. आप कुछ भी करो. Finally, before without achieving that purna lakshya, can I be happy? You cannot. You try. That happiness is because you are just in the vishayas for some time. और टीवी देख रहे हो तो हैप्पीनेस है, बढ़िया सा भोजन कर रहे हो हैप्पीनेस है, कोई आपके लोग बंधु मित्र आए हैं, your own most loving children, grandchildren, you are happy. That's all. Every animal also is happy in that way. Every uneducated fellow, any worldly fellow will be happy with. But that is again the worldly goal only, no? In that the first point में ही गड़बड़ हो गया. They are not all the time. They are 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Somebody comes, you are happy. You cannot be all the time. How much ever your most loving children come from America, Canada. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि अब जब तक हो रहा है 1 घंटे में लड़ाई शुरू होती. Egos will come up, likes, dislikes will come up, and you think the fellow will stay here, but he already planned his own thing. मम्मा मैं जा रहा हूँ. 2 दिन नहीं हुआ वो जा रहा है. Then you are miserable. And not one way, there are million ways. I give one or two example, and you have everyone will have different ways. So wrong goal choosing is the prathama hetu for dukkha. Not achieving the right goal, even though it is decided, is the second hetu for dukkha. Not doing sadhana is the third dukkha. Not knowing what are the sadhanas is the chaturtha dukkha, and not having the yogyata in us. Sabse mahan dukkha. Which very sublime thought, very important thought, and ever for long time neglected thought till we become matured. The real maturity is in knowing that I have to become yogya. In knowing that I have to become yogya for my adhyatmic journey. The real maturity. And the second level of maturity is actually becoming yogya. And it's a long time taking thing. Because even though we have started it, the struggles are many, we have to undo so many wrongs done so far, which will go on hunting us, go on chasing us. And the most unfortunate thing about getting qualified and avoiding all the disruptions, problems are how many they are there, we don't know. Like, जब भी युद्ध होता है, the first thing done by any of the parties, how much is the sainya the other side? What is the sainya? How many soldiers are all of them are there? Their weaponry and there are all other vyuha. Every Raja will know about the other Shatru Raja with whom he'll have to fight. Because that gives him an idea to make strategy. Like Hanumanji told Sri Rama about the entire Lanka Rajas, Ravana's Sainya, who are more in number, which is power what. Accordingly, only Sri Rama Sugriva planned to deploy those battalions, those brigades here, there. But in our own trying to become yogya, the hetus of ayogyata called as vasanas or prarabdhas, ये कितना महान ये राक्षस है, कितने हैं नहीं पता, वो आते रहते. One day it appears that I am so noble now, all impurities are gone. एक दिन हम होंगे कामयाब, सिर्फ एक दिन, अगले दिन again the entire kama krodha, the manasika roga which we are studying evening class, they just pop up. And we worried, स्वामी जी कल मैं इतना बढ़िया था, आज क्या हो गया इतना, ये कल का मिस्टेक था, this is your nature, it has not gone. अब no struggle. Even that you have to. Again, there also. So much of understandings, so much of precautions, so much of paschatapas, so much of prayashchittas, so much of being alert at every moment about our thoughts, our nature, our vasanas. Today's topic is that only. Karma, dhyana, uh, vasanamayahi, gunaihi yukta. I have to become so careful about all this and precisely with full precision, one by one thing I have to eliminate them. कितना मुझे अलर्ट रहना पड़ता है अबाउट माई ओन वासनास, अबाउट माई ओन thoughts, about my own actions. Every one of them for a long time with full alertness. When I rectify them or manage them, then I can say that these ayogyatas are going and then yogyatas are coming. Or these enemies are defeated over not allowing me to become yogya. जानकारी होना पड़ता है उसमें. This is where I am weak. This is where the negatives happen to me. These are the unconsciously unknown nonsense I am doing, which is not allowing me to consciously do my sadhana. अब ये भी thought होता है. Unconsciously they sit in front of TV, but that is disturbing your conscious sadhana. Unconscious or subconsciously, so many habits we have developed in our life, and so strong they are that they appear to be so important and compulsory that the conscious things which we have to do, we devalue them. है कि नहीं? In subconscious में ना कि मुझे that person is important, that program is important, that obligation is important. They are all there and suddenly they keep on coming and you say, स्वामी जी मैं ये क्लास के लिए नहीं आ रहा हूँ, वो नहीं आ रहा हूँ. अरे, how can you miss even one class? But that present conscious effort is disturbed by the subconscious. Like this so many, not one or two, many. तो इन सबको भी जानकर निकालते हुए अपने आप को योग्य बनाना पड़ता है. To become qualified for sadhana chatushtha sampada by studying the shastras for long time under a able guru, thoroughly know what sadhanas to be done and keep on doing those sadhanas to reach out to the only choosable goal, that is the Paramatma. Any other goal, with all your efforts and achievements, still you continue to be miserable. वो तो याद रखना. To indicate that only to us, we see again and again the Indradi Devatas defeated by the Rakshasas and they become miserable, pale faced. They go to Brahmadev. And how many times did Brahma give answer directly? Never. He always takes them to the Vishnu Narayana only, Shiva, Vishnu Bhagavan. Because Brahma का भी वो शक्ति नहीं है. That's a failure only. With all his power as being Brahma Deva, he cannot help Devatas. Then Bhagavan Vishnu will have to again take an avatara. Vichara, he defeats or does something to Rakshasas, gives back the power to Indra, and that again is temporary. कुछ साल बाद फिर और एक राक्षस रसातल से आएगा, and again he'll be powerful by doing all tapasya, he gets Shakti and again he defeats. Why all these Puranic stories? Remember, those Puranic stories are nothing but today's politics only. Where somebody is becoming MLA, या दूसरा और powerful contest करेगा तो हार गएगा. Or he has gone as MLA but he'll not get the post because the deciding authority thought somebody else is more qualified. Or even if it is given, it's not permanent because और qualified दूसरा आ सकता है ना. Or you may become old. All the Purana Kathas are what happens in today's competitive world. Whether it is in politics or business, everything. Everything you see, continuous struggle चल रहा है कि नहीं. So only to indicate that, that cannot be final goal. In the outer world, through Swadharma, making our life sustainable. That's the only thing that can be achieved. That's it. More than that, लगाए कोई चीज लक्ष्य, you will be miserable. See that, for you outside looks like that they are entertained or they're enjoyed. No, no, they are miserable inside. Anything. अब वो टेलीकॉम वाला है, अब ये लोगों का ज्यादा कस्टमर हो गए, इनको पैसे ज्यादा, वो ये दूसरा दुखी होएगा, देन ही विल reduce the tariffs so that the other customers can shifted. By the time seeing that the other fellow says, "Oh, maybe give all the offers or rewards." See the struggle, है ना? The Jios, the Airtel, the Vodafone, the BSNL, वो कितना लड़ते ही जाते बेचारा, वो दुखी है वो, isn't it? The awards, cinema awards, somewhere yesterday some given. How he is given the best actor award, but others are miserable. Best director award. तो इसको ये दुखी है. Outside it looks like everything is smooth. Like that Prime Minister President of US. Outside he is trying to dominate and show that I am the superpowers, a super powerful fellow. उसको अंदर दम घुट रहा है because everybody is withdrawing. Inside they are scolding him. याद रखो. You cannot have the Shanti by choosing any goal which is not real only. Reality is only one. Therefore, we are listening to Upanishad so many years. That's why to listen to this thought, we are at least ready. We are not immediately rejecting, refuting that thought. At least we are giving a thought to that thought. Is it so? This is called as the benefit of daily listening to the Upanishad honestly. And here, neither the speaker nor the Upanishadic Rishi nor Shruti Mata have insisted to us anything. They didn't tell us anything illogical about. They simply said, how can the temporary thing can be the permanent goal? How can be the finite be the infinite? Is it not logical? In this world, is there anything infinite? No. Nothing itself being finite. How can it give us infinite happiness? Is there anything unlimited? No. Anything permanent? No. Then how can the temporary can give permanent happiness? आगे थोड़ा दिमाग लगाओ डीपली तो आ ही जाता है समझ में बात. If you want to achieve permanent happiness, you should achieve a permanent thing, bhai. If you want to achieve an infinite happiness, you have to achieve an infinite thing. Which is the permanent infinite other than the Brahman? As simple as that. And this simple understanding is because of so many years we were listening, our intellects were unconsciously, subconsciously getting matured. Because we were honest coming to class every day. We were simple hearted listening. Isn't it? Now take these things little sincerely. Oh, this has to be the goal, not others. Now entertain this thought till it becomes stronger. And the proof of that is no thing of the world is the goal anymore to me. Half of the samsara goes away because that's not your goal. The remaining half is there because of the vasanas, the habits, the obligations, the prarabdhas. अब वो भी धीरे धीरे कम होते जाएंगे if you do these other four things. योग्यता को ले आना, साधनाओं को समझना, साधना करते ही जाना relentlessly. When we are engaging more and more in Dhamma, these things will slowly go away. This is how we have to think. Mhm. You know, may Lord bless us with such a subuddhi that if what we have discussed now is true, let that knowledge come to us, let that conviction come to us, let us truly unlimited, infinite, permanent happiness. May we get by achieving that which is true, which is unlimited, which is permanent, and which is by nature happiness or bliss. That is indicated only through Upanishads. No other Shruti Smriti, no other Purana Itihasa or Veda Bhaga indicates that. That's why the glory of the Upanishadic literature. अब देखो कौन सा जन्म का क्या पुण्य है that we are getting chance to listen every day and remind ourselves that पहले अपने first step में सुधार लाओ what should be the goal, what can be the goal, what must be the goal, therefore, what is the goal. And honestly, truly, to the core of our heart, that nobody in the world can shake us in the first basic thing that this is my goal. आप क्लास में सुन रहे हो तो कोई बाबा जी बोल रहे तो लगता है ये गोल, पर बाहर जाते फिर दूसरे लोग आकर इतना जबरदस्त लॉजिक उदाहरण एंड sarcasm they use that you give this goal back to me and you take that as the goal. That stage we have to cross, है ना? मैं जमीन में हूँ, आसमान में हूँ, मनुष्य शरीर में हूँ, पशु शरीर में हूँ, इधर हूँ उधर हूँ, जहां भी रहूं मेरा गोल यही है, ऐसा पक्का होना चाहिए. Think, 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 think. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahma Dibhyo, Om Yairime Gurubhyः Purvam, ओम शंकरम शंकराचार्यम ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां ओम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानां ओम गुरु पुंगव पुंगव केतनते ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्ति सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयः राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद अद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदम निराधारम निखिलाधारम अव्ययम निगमाद्यगतम नित्यम नीलकंठं नमाम्यहम्. पारायणम तृतीयोध्याय. मित्रों 16 हो गया, 17 से सर्वेन्द्रिय गुणाभासम सर्वेन्द्रिय विवर्जितम सर्वस्य प्रभुमीशानम सर्वस्य शरणं सुहृत बृहत् नवद्वारे पुरे देहि हंसो लेलायते बहिः वशी सर्वस्य लोकस्य स्थावरस्य चरस्य च अपाणिपादो जवनो गृहीता पश्यत्य चक्षुः शृणोत्य कर्णः स वेत्ति वेद्यं न च तस्यास्ति वेत्ता तमाहुरग्र्यं पुरुषं महान्तम् अणोरणीयान् महतो महीयान् आत्मा गुहायां निहितोऽस्य जन्तोः तमक्रतुं पश्यति वीतशोकः धातुः प्रसादान् महिमानमीशं वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्म निरोधं प्रवदन्ति यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्. इति तृतीयोऽध्यायः. Tomorrow, fourth chapter, chanting. Now, etavata, I am taking the fifth chapter, the seventh mantra. Etavata tatpadartha upavarnitaha. So far, the tatpada in all its details is brought to your proximity of intellection. It is your job to listen, contemplate, understand. Atha idanim, now, right now, tvam padartham upavarnayitum, to bring to your slow, close cognition in all its completeness about the tvam pada artha. Who is that I, which I say? Who is that you, which I say? That tvam, or chota aham. Tvam in the tattvamasi mahavakya, which is aham to me, the jiva. A tvam pada artha Artham upavarnayitum. Upavarnana means, upa means samipe. Varnana means description. To describe for your complete understanding very closely and very completely. Upavarnayitum uttare mantraha. The subsequent mantras are prastuyante, presented in front of us. Now the mantra is Gunanvayo yaha falakarma karta krutasya tasyaiva cha उपभोक्ता सविश्वरूपस्त्रिगुणस्त्रिवर्त्मा प्राणादिपः सञ्चरति स्वकर्मभिः. एक और बार. गुणान्वितो यः फलकर्मकर्ता कृतस्य तस्यैव च उपभोक्ता कृतस्य तस्यैव स चोपभोक्ता स विश्वरूपः त्रिगुणः त्रिवर्त्मा प्राणादिपः संचरति स्वकर्मभिः. See that, for smaller than small thing, bigger than bigger thing. To understand the spashtata of the intellect, or the shuddhata of the intellect, or sattva of the intellect, or sukshmata of the intellect, or the ekagrata of the intellect, or the shraddha in the intellect, and the application of the intellect is required. Even to how to make a dish small one, दिमाग लगाओ तभी वो समझ में आता. नहीं तो नहीं. In the same way, the Vedantic, Upanishadic, sublime informations also understood when we thoroughly apply our intellects. Before that applying, the intellect has to be pure, unbiased, single-pointed, subtle, Shuddha, Sattvic. One of the unfortunate things in our life is we are doing the best things with unprepared equipments. Like I'm cooking wonderful dishes, but the utensils are so bad. So will that cooking be good? बर्तन धोया नहीं, कड़ची नहीं धोया है और बढ़िया सा पनीर बटर मसाला सब्जी बना रहा हूं मैं. अरे, so too we are studying Brahma Vidya, but with the Antakarana, which has all impurities, with the Mana, which has its Manasika Roga. थोड़ा उन सबको निकालना है. Keep it as a lakshya, entertain that lakshya, and feel to achieve that lakshya, and know what to do, and do what is known, and really achieve it. And the difference we ourselves will see between studying the Upanishads before our inner purity and studying Upanishads after that inner purity. जमीन आसमान का फर्क होगा. By the way, anyway, now one by one, what is the topic under discussion? Tvampada Artha. That is Jiva, I, you and I. These are the ingredients in that Jiva. Like car means so many ingredients, house means so many ingredients. Yesterday we gave you all the examples. A shirt, it has so many things. The collar, hair, the hands are there, the buttons are there, all of that. So, to who am I a Jiva? The amalgamation of, or the accumulation of, or the set of, all this is Jiva. The set Shabda in Sanskrit is called Sanghata, assemblage. The made house is the set of assemblage of the bricks and cement and iron, etc. Sand. इसी तरह जीव यू एंड आई क्या है, मैं कौन हूं एक्चुअली. These are all the things, right? This next level of this is the other way of discussion of Shuddha Atma Tattva only in the Aham Vritti, expressing as Chidabhasa. That Chidabhasa in the Aham Vritti now is Aham with Chetana, Chidabhasa Yukta. That Chidabhasa of the Aham is able to know, is able to own, is able to do. Therefore, it owns the Buddhi, and with the Buddhi, it knows what is to be known. Then it does with the Buddhi and mind and Indriyas. This Chidavasa Yukta Aham, that is called as Jiva. One way said is that about the Jiva. Here the other way, all put together is Jiva. So first one is Gunanvayaha. Gunanam, what is the last word? Yasya saha ayam gunanvayah. Anvayah yasya saha. यस्य अन्वयः सह गुण अन्वयः. जिनका अन्वय है गुणों के साथ वो गुणान्वय. And here the gunas are vasanas. And vasanas are of karma, all ingredients of karma and the jnana. So karma krita, jnana krita, vasanamayaih gunaih anvayah yasya saha gunanvayah. Jiva. In pure Brahman, there are no karma vasanas, there are no jnana vasanas. Here the jnana means the bauddhika jnana regarding the outer jagat only. In the paramarthika tattva, there is no jagat other than me, including the knowing buddhi also. And buddhi also maya janitana. With that buddhi only we keep on knowing the things. In the pure infinite conscious Brahman, there is no need of the Buddhi's presence. Therefore, there is no need of the jnana. All the jnanam of the buddhi, which is so much essential in the vyavahara and the sadhana kala, is itself an obstruction at the time of Brahma Vidya. अब देखो, you understood? With the buddhi, we need so much of siddhanta jnana of Vedanta for the sadhana. But when the anubhuti comes, at the anubhava level, what is the need of buddhi and its siddhanta jnana? Yeah, by the way, I'm just telling how the jnana vasana also makes us the jiva. What the difference between the jiva's jnana of the worldliness, jiva's jnana of the adhyatmika jnana is, this adhyatmika jnana takes us towards the adhyatmika goal. Therefore, that jnana can be maintained. That's useful. Later on, at the time of experiencing the ultimate, this also we have to transcend. And to be more practical, in my buddhi, always having the jnana and jnana vasanas of Puranas, of the Shruti, of the Vedanta jnana, about the Adhyatmic sadhana, about the Guru, Daiva and Upasana. This is far better than. In that buddhi, they are having the jnana about how to achieve the artha, how to achieve the kama, how to achieve the indulgences in them. Obi buddhi ka hi jnana. But that always is more binding. This is also jnanam, but this is liberating. Imagine a state of our intellect which is full of information about the Shastra Jnana. Healthy, no? You know it now, you'll go on doing that sadhana. Although, as the sadhana becomes paripakva, the purpose of this Bauddhika Jnana is over, therefore we transcend it. Because in the experience of the self, no intellect and its information is required because I know it now. Just like till I reach the home, I need the car. After reaching it, you don't sit in the car. Oh, laga do garage mein. So to know the self, to do the sadhana, the buddhi and its knowledge is required. At the time of knowing the self, what is the knowledge required there? If objective knowledge हमेशा maintain करना होता है. But subjective knowledge, intellectual, fulfills itself in the experience, isn't it? But that's any day better than gaining the knowledge of those things which create the kama krodhadi vikara in us. Isn't it? Like I go to a market and have knowledge of newly created products. That's a buddhi ka kaam hai. How many desires are generated? Dekho. It's so. We are not insisting on this. We are just informing to think to every of the listener. So even jnana negative is bondage. Jnana positive is useful, but later on that also has to be transcended. The positive jnana means the tattva jnana, the shastra jnana, the sadhana jnana, all of that. By the way, it's all corollary explanations. The main thought is Jiva is he who has got karma and jnana, vasanas, which are mentioned here with the word guna. So gunanvitaha means karma, jnana, vasana, mayaihi, gunaihi, yasya anvayaha, sa gunanvayaha. That is Jiva. Therefore, the basic thought is the Jiva Bhava goes away when all these vasanas are transcended. And we have to work out our own vasanas through the karma yogas, the bhakti yogas, with clear understanding for long time. And understandings we are gaining through our study of Shastras, which is not sufficient. Coming to the class, everybody will have to contemplate and by himself or himself have to become master of understanding, complete and thorough in understanding. हर चीज तो यह बताई नहीं जा सकता, स्वयं को शास्त्र अध्ययन मनन भी करना पड़ता है. So gunanvaya. Second is phala karma karta. And this also we discussed. The Jivan Mukta does the karma for the Loka Kalyan. Swayam Phalasakti is not there. Sadhaka does the karma for the Antakarana Shuddhi, Gita second chapter, Karmanyavadikarasti Mafalesh. Samsari does the karma for the karma phala. He is the Jiva. Phala karma karta. So while discussing these topics, we have to have exhaustive understanding. Is that sadhaka doing the karma without phalasakti? No. He is also doing karma with phalasakti. But that phala is not the outer sukha bhoga, shabda, rasparsha, rupa, rasagandha for him. For him, the antakarana shuddhi is the phala. Is the jivan mukta doing any karma without phalasakti? No, no, no. He is doing with the phalasakti. But what is the phala? That the other jivas also get moksha. Isn't it? Here the phalasakti means the prayojana. Otherwise, a guru, why is he teaching all of us if he is not expecting us to learn and get liberated? He cannot be inspired to do, no? Pagal thodi hai, machine thodi hai. Machine does, why it does, doesn't know. Isn't it? A mixie is grinding the thing. उसको अपना कोई लक्ष्य नहीं है. मेरे को लक्ष्य है कि वो पीस के उसको मैं बना के खाऊंगा. So a spiritual giant, a guru, is not a machine. He is an entity full of consciousness. Na? So how can he do anything nishprayojana? And in that, the prayojana is no swartha prayojana, loka kalyana prayojana. So we should understand phalasakti rahita means what? To a samsari, to a sadhaka, to a jivan mukta. Or phalasakti yukta means what? है. So when with phalasakti, when we do the karma, it becomes karma. Without phalasakti, when we do the karma, it becomes sadhana. And totally for the sake of others, when the karma is done, it's called as seva or anugraha. The karma of the devatas, gurus, therefore, is anugraha. The karma of the sadhakas is sadhana. The karma for the samsari is samsara bandhana. Because they expect the outer phala. So therefore, phala karma karta means phala prompted karma ka karta. Phala is equal to naturally the kamanas, the desires. And all of them are illogical. Only a non-thinking person have any of the desire. Desire hai matlab only one thing, he is Bewakuf. Bewakuf means he has not understood. The deeply, the Upanishadic truth that happiness which the fulfillment of all desires is gained is already in me as myself. No one who is not understood this subject thoroughly, therefore ignorant, Murak, alone can have desire. Having desire means ignorance, that is avidya, kama, karma. Somebody is doing karma means he is desiring, having desire. Somebody has desire means he is ignorant. So therefore Jiva, out of his ignorance about his essential self, has a desire for the outer world, therefore phala karma karta. So gunanvayaha, so full of vasanas of karma and jnana, phala karma karta. Because of that vasana of karma and jnana, there are so much desires for enjoyment bhoga. Therefore, to obtain the objects which give the bhoga, he does the karma. That's called as phala karma karta. You and I are all doing throughout the day that one. Analyze it. मेन थॉट पकड़ के उसको सोचकर एक्सपेरिमेंट करके समझ लेना. सो आई एम फल कर्म करता. थिंक, इज इट नॉट? Every karma I am doing expecting some sukha bhoga phala outside. So that is my jiva bhava. A jivan mukta has no phala in the mind to expect. Therefore, he is not a karta of a karma. Then through him, the samashti, the totality, the Ishvara functions. Or even he functions not for any phala, but he does it for a leela. He works very aggressively, very active. Perhaps 100 people put together also cannot do that much work, like the work done by Puja Gurudev. Thousand of we put together also cannot match with him, the amount of work he has done. Yet it's not a karma. It's a leela, it's a relaxed way. Because phala sakti nahi hai, like that. Third one is krutasya, what is it? Phalartasya karmanaha karta. Second one, third. Krutasya karma phalasya sa eva upabhokta. तो जो कर्म किया है उस कर्म का फल का जो उपभोग भी करता है, that also is the jiva only. Therefore, who is jiva? Who has got vasanas or jnana karma? Who is jiva? Who does the karma, keeping the phala in the buddhi or antakarana or understanding? And who is the jiva? The one who enjoys that sukha dukkha, the phala of that karma done. And mind you, he doesn't know that मेरे ही कर्मों का फल मैं आज सुख और दुख के रूप में भोग रहा हूं. Those who are not understood Vedanta, they don't know. They always have a question, why? And they always think that somebody outside is the cause for my sukha dukkha. And you and I now with this much background must be very clear. Nobody else is the hetu for my sukha dukkha. It is my own earlier karma. पुण्य कर्म अभी सुख दे रहा है, पाप कर्म अभी दुख दे रहा है. और अब प्रेजेंटली जो भी मैं कर्म कर रहा हूँ पुण्य पाप, tomorrow it will give me sukha dukha. And this all setup is valid to a jiva. And the one who is in the Brahmanubhuti is not jiva. There are no upadhis, there are no desires, there is no punya papa karma, there is no sukha dukkha bandhana. सुगुणान्वयो यः फलकर्मकर्ता कृतस्य तस्यैव स च उपभोक्ता. How crucial is this thought, you see? Remember now from now onwards, with phalasakti, with kartrutva even a micro karma also we do, kaya vacha mansa, with mind or thought or deed, that's going to give us tomorrow the karma phala. And any karma phala, how much ever good, noble, sukha, it won't last for permanently. That's the difference between a papa karmi and punya karmi. The punya karmi knows that his phala also ends, but it's a good phala. For that he does punya. When it comes to spiritual seeker, he says, I don't want temporary sukha, I want permanent. Sukha definitely milta hai temporary with punya karma, but that is temporary. I want permanent. Permanent sukha will come only in Atmanubhuti. That's how the Papatma should become Punyatma, the Punyatma should become the Sadhakatma. The sadhaka discovers the self and he concludes his journey. In that journey conclusion, I am Brahman infinite, substratum, blissful. Through this upadhi I may express, yet I know I am not these upadhis. Through every upadhi, I only am expressing. He knows. Beautiful. That is many more things to discuss there. In Gita, when Sthita Prajna Lakshanas come, that time we'll see. So this much is understood. Gunanvayaha, Parakarmakarta, Krutasya Tasya Eva, Sacha Upabhokta. तीन हो गए. Fourth one, sa Vishwarupaha. That Jiva has Vishwarupaha. Why the Vishwarupaha, sir? Nana Rupaha. Is not the same Rupa from the womb to the tomb in one body itself. And in every Janma, his Rupa are different. That's called Vishwa. Vishwa means Sarva. Vishwa word, whenever it comes, you replace it by Sarva. Vishwa and Sarva are synonymous. Vishwa means Sarva. So Vishwarupa means Aneka Rupa, Sarva Rupa, Vividam Shvayati, Vividam Shveti. So sa Vishwarupa, Sarvarupa or Aneka Rupa. So Sat Vishwarupa, see, when you read the Bhashya, the Bhashyakara adjusts our understanding, makes it more precise, more perfect. See, the wrong meaning I gave you is what? Vishwarupa means Sarvarupa, I said. Sarvarupa. But the right meaning given by Shankara Bhagavan. That is what is his glory. He did not give Sarvarupa, he gave Nana Rupa. Nana means many. There's difference between many and all, no? Isn't it? But why Upanishad didn't we gave Vishwa? Why it gave Sarva? Because Upanishad is talking from the total Jiva standpoint. Therefore, all Jivas you take, all Rupas come into. But to one particular Jiva, he may or doesn't need to take all the Rupas, but many Rupas he can take. Like in this world, how many 84 lakhs of Rupas are there, no? Yonis or the Shariras. So all put together the Jivas, put together they have got all those Rupas. Like in a cabinet of whatever the number of ministers, all of them cumulatively put together, they are holding all the portfolios. But every MP is not holding every portfolio, no? He may be holding many, Nana, but not Vishwa or Sarva. Not necessary. So therefore, Upanishadic meaning of Vishwarupa is Sarvarupa is correct from the total all jivas and all shariras. And Shankara Bhagavan's interpretation is particular. Nana Rupa. That I might have taken many rupas, Nana, but not necessarily all. Like I might have done so many of the karmas which resulted me in getting the animal shariras. So I might have got many Nana animal sharira, but may not be elephant. May not be because not necessary. If my karma was not like that, then I won't. कोई compulsion नहीं है उसमें. So too, I might have gone through all the paksha sharira, but may not be kawa or may not be तोता. So नाना हो सकता है लेकिन सर्व की जरूरत नहीं है बात अंडरलाइन करो. That is why see the Vishwarupa means Nana Rupa means Aneka Rupa. So between the in one body from the birth to death, he has got so many rupas. And in every of the Sharira, different rupas. And in some Shariras, the fun is what you see. In that Sharira of these, the larvas and pupas, how it is born as and slowly as it metamorphosizes. See the drastic difference when it becomes a butterfly. Nana Rupa. कितना बदलाव है कि नहीं देखो. Okay. And what is this Nana Rupata? Listen from the Bhashyakara's Bhashya. Karya Karana Upachitatvat. Upachitatva means he goes on living and accumulating, living and accumulating. Nana Rupa. Like your house doesn't remain same in my every visit. Don't worry, I'm not going to come. Because Upachitatva, the old sofa you will throw, get the new one. Isn't it? Same तो होगा नहीं ना, बदलते जाओगे. You may change the color or the painting or AC को बदलोगे ऐसी की तैसी या और कुछ बदलोगे. In the same way, the jiva also karya and karana. Karanas are always vasanas. Karya means stula sukshma sharir. And his ideas, opinions go on changing, his convictions change. देख कर लोगों को या खुद के समझदारी से या खुद के बेवकूफी से ये टिकता नहीं है. Same मिला. When I'm in company of a good person, suddenly I change my bad to good. Suddenly I come in the company of a bad person. Good I throw and again I take up something bad. So karana is the samskaras vasanas. Karya is stula sukshma sharir. यहाँ कार्य कारण कहा दूसरी जगह कार्य करण कहते हैं. इन द टाइम कार्य मीन्स द स्थूल शरीर ओनली, करण मीन्स द सूक्ष्म शरीर. And Sthula Sukshma both are Karya. For them, the Karana is the Vasanas. So here, Karya Karana Upachitatvat. Because of the continuous collection of newer and newer Karana and Karya, he is going to get Vishwarupa, Nana Rupa, that Jiva. And this Nana Rupa has so many things to convey, which we'll discuss a little more tomorrow. The Jiva doesn't remain stable even a moment, remember. The moment the mind changes, mind is such a volatile and flexible, such a thing like a mercury. हमेशा रहता वैसे हम नहीं. एक पल में दुख ना, एक पल में सुख, एक पल में प्रेम, एक पल में द्वेष, पल में ही पल 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 बदलता रहता है. देखो नाना रूप. How I told you one day the example. When the husband is serving that item which she likes, immediately she's happy. अच्छा आपने ये मेरे लिए बनाया. And by the time the next item is served, which she never likes only, immediately she becomes so angry. ये क्यों बनाया आपने? दुखी हो जाती है. अरे अभी तो खुश थी वो. नाना रूपा. बिकॉज कार्य कारण उपचितत्व. Isn't it? Some people come, you're so happy. हाँ, उनके पीछे और एक बंदा ये क्यों आया मेरे घर, इमीडिएटली दुखी हो जाता. How much volatile or how much restless is our antakarana goes on changing. Accordingly, our rupa goes on changing. वो जीव का स्वभाव है. These are all स्वभाव of the जीव. Like in the evening class, tell the स्वभाव of Santa and Asanta. Oh Guru Kakbosunji, Garuda asked. How nicely the स्वभाव of the Santa Asanta was told. Here also, this स्वभाव जीव. It is so, it is like that. Till the Atma Jnana arrives, till we function through the Upadhis, fully controlling them or getting controlled by them, we have to be Vishwarupaha only. Even after controlling the Upadhi, control doesn't mean not using, no? Using, no? When you use, you need to use it different way. Like the Guru has his Antakarana Upadhi controlled or not controlled. But still with the controlled Upadhi, he'll have to express differently. Na? When a very honest, good, hard-working disciple is there, with his Upadhi, he will shower his love, kindness. अब ये एक ऐसा indisciplined राक्षस type disciple comes with a controlled उपाधि of अंतःकरण only, will have to scold him. Therefore विश्वरूप हो गए. I'm giving an example. So विश्वरूपः नानारूपः कार्य कारण उपचितत्वात्. Here karya also means the stula sharira. So is nana rupa. When I'm healthy, my expression is different of activeness, agileness. जब बीमारी होती है, my speed gets reduces. So too when I'm young, the different flexibility of the body. When I become 80, 70, उसके बाद by nature the कार्य बदल गया शरीर. Therefore our rupa will be different. I was walking straight, now I have to bend on. I'm walking so fast, अबे धीरे ही जाना पड़ेगा मुझे. विश्वरूपा. Lot of energy that time. इतने काम कर सकते, अब थोड़ा भी करो थक जाते. And some people who have got the diabetics type of things, अब ज्यादा खाओ ओवर शुगर होता है, that also leads to weakness. नहीं खाओ तो hypoglycemia, that also gives me, throughout life they are weak only. Mushk and medicine they take, and that weakens further. बेचारे. They have to be extra intelligent to know the Ayurveda and other techniques to maintain their energy level, at least to conduct the life, to do the sadhana. That's okay, different subject. So, Vishwarupaha explained. Then, Trigunaha, Trivartma, Pranadivaha, Swakarbhami Sancharat. These are the four more things about Jiva in this shloka. Let us see them also and make a good picture about who are we till based on the shloka which we studied. Add to this the next things in the shloka 8, 9, 10, 11. ये सब मिलकर मैं कौन हूं पूरा बताया जाता है. And by knowing that only, also we also know what are the problems in it. Some of the upadhis may not have problem, but upadhi itself is problem. You understand? होता है कि नहीं? Sometimes this person He is not at all problem to me because he's good and noble, etc. But his presence is problem because मुझे सोना है, मुझे और कुछ काम करना है. He's good, he's honest, he's noble, he's harmless. But that way, there's no problem with him. But his presence is a problem. जैसे आपके घर कोई साधु आते, तो भाई अराइवल ऑफ ए साधु, there's no problem because he doesn't harm you anything. But his presence is problem because you have other work to do. This way, intelligent people don't allow any sadhu to stay in their house. Don't invite. है कि नहीं? Your obligations, your routines, your desires, they get disturbed. इसी तरह कुछ उपाधियां में गलत नहीं है, लेकिन उपाधि itself is limited. What to do? I am talking about entire picture with these 5-6 shlokas. We know who am I, the Jiva made up of. फिर उसमें which are the things having problems and all of them having themselves are problems. And the only way is the things in which there are problems, rectify them, then the entire thing are problem only, transcend them. Like the bad buddhi is a problem. Make buddhi good. But good buddhi also is a problem because I'm not the buddhi. So to the bad sharira is a problem, the diseased one. So remove it by bringing the body to healthy condition. But healthy body also is a problem because I'm not the body. Isn't it? Like that. We will see. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramanishibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Nama Tat Sat Brahma. Good. गीता थोड़ा पढ़ लें 10 मिनट.